Great evening, millionaire. This is Wesley, $1 billion Virgin here. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen here. And as you've noticed, I'm on here a bit early here for you, and I have a treat for you. I'm going to do a Q&A tonight where I'm going to give anybody the opportunity to ask me questions here. As you guys know, I am a multi-millionaire worth over $40 million. I'm in the digital marketing space. I'm in Houston, Texas here. But other than that, I'm just a regular young black man from Houston, Texas that's making a contribution to you to give you an opportunity to ask me questions about business, mindset, manifestation, anything that you think is stopping you from becoming your best self here, okay? And tonight, since last night, I did a rant for men. Tonight, I want to give women the opportunity to ask me questions first here, even though men and women collectively can be in the rant here tonight. But I want to give women an opportunity to have the platform first here. So go ahead and put your names here below. And I'm listen, it's the weekend right now. And I'm so proud of you because you're not out there in the chaos. Listen. Ask your favorite. Hold on. Hey guys, am I your favorite millionaire here? Am I lying about this? Ask anything. Am I your favorite millionaire? Smash the like and love button here. Listen, the reason why I'm proud of you because it's the weekend right now. It's Saturday. No, it's Sunday actually. It's almost Saturday here, and it's so many people that are outside in chaos. Okay. Whether it's partying, drinking, smoking, or just out and about, in the restaurants and the clubs and the bars here. And let me share something with you. Typically those type of people, that's what they do on the weekend, over and over and over again. But I'm so proud of you because you chose to do something different. And, when I mentor people, I let them know, it's like, especially when I mentor young people in the 20s and 30s, I said, this is what I want you to do. Because they always ask me, well, how do I do it, Wes? How do I do it? What's the first step? And I said, I want you to look at everybody around you. I want you to think about all your friends. Think about all your family, okay? Everybody that you know personally, okay? And I want you to think about what they do. Think about what they do, what they read, who they associate with, what they think about. Think about the words that come out of their mouth. And what I want you to do is to do the complete opposite. Which means more than half the world right now, they're out on the weekend, especially if you live in America, right? Everybody's out. Because the weekend is meant to have fun and leisure here. But you, young lady or young man, you have to choose to repudiate that desire to go out in the chaos when there's work to do. And let me tell you something, there's work to do. Okay? It's work to do. I want everybody to comment these words below. I got work to do. Let me prove it to you. You still got a job? You got work to do. You got $100,000 in your bank account? You got work to do. Are you able to get up when you want to? You got work to do. Do you have a chef preparing your meals? You got work to do. Do you have a housekeeper or a house manager taking care of your home? You got work to do. Are you staying in the gated community protecting you and your family? You got work to do. Are you traveling the world whenever you want to travel? You have work to do. Does that make sense? Because you got work to do, right? And that's what we're doing here. You're at home, you're working, expectantly, right? So let's go ahead and get started here. Let me give you folks a shout out here. Let me give you a shout out. Everybody. Like all of you have work to do. I'm the only one that doesn't have to work if I don't want to. But I choose to work because I love it. I don't know. I have goals. My goal is $10 million a month. I don't know what your goal is, but I believe that you must have a goal, a dream for the rest of your life. Even if you accomplish one goal or one dream, you should set yourself up for the next one, right? Because I believe that human beings, it's very important for us to live a life of progression, because progress equals happiness for human beings, right? We must feel that we're making progress. It doesn't matter what you do in life. You can make $1 billion, but still, you got to do something else. I mean, look at Elon Musk. It never stops. It's because we are insatiable creatures, which means we always want more. And let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. I believe that you should be happy and grateful for what you have, but we are progressive human beings. You know, we're not like animals. We have what is called the prefrontal cortex in the mind. Like, we don't just live by instinct like animals do. We have the ability to be creative. We have the ability to think very decisively about things and to achieve much more outside of our current thinking here today. So let me give you a shout out here. I love you too. Thanks for the love, folks. I love you as well. Hey, Metacord, how are you? And also, if you want to go live with me, and I'll go live with a young lady, my queens first. Always ladies first. My mom did not raise a fool. Ladies first, always, right? If you want to go live, let me know. If you have a question, put your questions below here. And listen, I'm very transparent in these rants. I'm very unfiltered. You can ask me anything, okay? Anything that you desire. Is that cool? Okay. Smash the like button if you can hear me properly. On a mission, how are you? Lavish, good goddess, Shaquan. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? Kenny. Affiliate Shrusti, how are you? Official Ching Ching. Hey, what's up? Great afternoon. I mean, great morning, great evening here. Hey, Bernie, how are you? Okay, we got Carolina. How are you? Diana, how are you? Jeffrey, Christopher, Mr. Kelvin, Young Stunner, Jazzy Fizzle. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start with the questions here. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? Let's go ahead and Black American Goddess here. How are you? Let's go ahead and start with the questions here. Adolphus, how are you? Stress-free Queen, how are you? Questions here. Okay. Wes, do you use a marketing agency? If so, which one? So I have a media buyer, but it's a person. Like, I didn't hire an agency. I hired a person that does all the media buying. And media buying means people that can run ads for you. Question. Hey, Z, how are you? Max the Great. His secret obsession. How are you? India's in the house. Wesley, how do you know you're going to get rich? Oh, you want to know how did I know? You mean how did I know? You know, that's a good question here. So let me ask you a question here, young lady. I think that's a young lady here. How do you know your name? I'm going to ask everybody that question here. Let's be serious here. Like, how do you know your name? Can anybody tell me how you know your name? Comment below. How do you know your name? Hello? How do you know your name? Come on, queens and kings. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Scarlett, how are you? How do you know your name, big heads? Hey, Joanna, how are you? I'm driving to a point here. How do you know your name? Somebody asked me, well, Wesley, how did you know you was going to make $1 million? Well, my question to you is, how do you know your name? I was taught it. Okay? I write it every day. I just know it because it's true. Listen, the reason why you know your name, because your parents called you your name for many years. Think about how many times your parents said your name before you even can comprehend. I want somebody to comment their name below. I'm going to give you an example. Can I get one person to comment their name below, please? Okay, I'm going to fascinate you here tonight because I love you. Go ahead. Somebody comment your name below. What's your name? Just give me one name below, okay? I'm going to show you something here. Harmony. Now watch this. Harmony. When you were born, when you were unaware of language, when you had no ability to understand language, your parents called you Harmony. Oh, that's my little Harmony. You're born for the first day, coming out your mama's vagina, right? Harmony. We're going to name her Harmony. So think about how many times they called you Harmony before you even understood what your mom and your father were saying. Harmony, 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 Harmony. Come on, Harmony. You can walk, Harmony. Crawl, Harmony. Keep going, Harmony. Good job, Harmony. Harmony, 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 Harmony. You probably heard that if not tens of thousands of times before you were even able to talk. You with me here? Before you could speak, you probably heard your name 10,000 times over a year or two. So, to answer your question, how I knew I was going to be rich, because I told myself. And I just said, you're going to be rich. I said, Wesley, you're already rich. You're rich. Wesley, you're rich. Wesley, you are wealthy. Wesley, you're a multimillionaire. I said it tens of thousands of times over. And for years, I said this to myself. That's how I knew. Okay? It's the same reason why I know my name, through repetition. I heard it so much. It's like now I can't even forget my name. Like, can you forget your name, ladies and gentlemen? If I say, hey, forget your name, can you do it? You say, no, I can't. Why? Because it's so embedded, it's so inculcated in your unconsciousness, you cannot get rid of it. Almost impossible. Unless somebody put you in some type of deep hypnosis. Okay? So that's how I got rich. I just kept telling myself that I was. Like, I did that for like 6 years, man. I would tell everyone, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm wealthy. I would just say it all the time. I would say it to others. Even when they teased me, they talked about me, I didn't care. I just told them, I said, I'm rich. Well, if you're rich, prove it. Well, I'll prove it very soon. I don't need to prove anything to you. Just watch me. So that's how I knew. Through repetition. Okay? What's next here? Next questions for me here. I want everybody to do this for me, okay? I want everybody to use their first name and say, I am rich. Comment below. Just use your first name. I'm going to do it too. Wesley, I am rich. Or Wesley, you are rich. I want everybody to comment their name and say, I am rich. Or you are rich. Okay, either one. If your name is Tiffany, Tiffany, you are rich. If your name is Calvin, Calvin, you are rich. Do it. Okay? Just do it here. I'm teaching you something here. Because, see, listen, many of you, people make this so difficult. Like, even right now, it is somebody on the rant, on the podcast, that's saying, well, you just can't just say it. You just can't say that and just things happen. You just can't say you're rich, you're rich, you're rich, and it just happens. Well, somebody told you your name over and over again, and now you know your name. You can't even forget it. Like, your name is so, like, I cannot convince you that your name is not what your name is, can I? It'll be very difficult for me, almost impossible for me to convince you that your name is not what it is. Why? Because of the repetition. You've heard it so much. So imagine if you told yourself over and over again how rich you were. Eventually, you'll start acting like a rich person. Does that make sense? A person that's wealthy is just not buying things. See, many of you, when you think about wealth and richness, you just think about somebody buying a Rolls Royce, a plane, jets, jewelry, Chanel bags, Birkin bags, whatever. Listen, no, that's nothing. Well, that is a part of being wealthy. The major part of being wealthy and rich is confidence. The major part is knowing that it's going to work, even though there's no evidence that it will. Okay? Being rich and wealthy is being able to persevere through chaos. Okay? Does that make sense? Being rich and wealthy is walking and speaking with confidence. Okay? Being wealthy and rich is being very intellectual about whatever niche, whatever category, whatever topic, whatever you're doing in life, whatever you choose to be your core competency. That's wealth. Okay? That's a person that's rich. Person that knows their shit. Person that can communicate effectively. They can express themselves. That's rich in wealth. Okay? A person that walks with purpose. A person that's decisive. A person that can make a decision and they're not concerned with making a wrong decision. Okay? Next question for me here. What question did you ask your mentor that really helped you? I didn't have a mentor, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't have one. I like that, Brittany. Yes. Larissa, how are you? Lana's in the house as well. How does money affect your social life? How does money affect my social life? I don't know. I have a pretty good social life. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't necessarily prefer to be around people. Honestly, I prefer. Many of you think I'm an extrovert. I'm sure, right? And many of you say, "Oh yeah, Wesley, he's a social butterfly. He's an extrovert. He just, he's the life of the party." No, I'm not. I'm an introvert, actually. Okay, I prefer to be by myself. I'm a loner. Okay, and I prefer to be this way. It's not that I don't like people. Now, one thing about me, I'm very adaptable. Depending on where I'm at, I can adapt to any situation, any type of environment at any given time. That's a skill. But I'm an introvert, which means I just prefer to be by myself. I don't like to be around a ton of people. I don't like to be around crowds, okay? Like if I go to a club, I have to have a section. It's the reason why I don't fly economy, because I don't want to be so close to people. I want to be by myself. Right? If you ever see me, in an airport, I want to sit in a seat where no one's around me. Okay? I don't want anybody to be to my left or the right of me. Okay? I'm an introvert. I prefer not to talk, even though I talk a ton, right? On these podcasts and rants, but I prefer not to talk, honestly, unless you have something profound to talk about. And many people, unfortunately, they have nothing prolific nor profound to talk about. So it's just a waste of my energy and my breath. Make sense? Okay. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that my money affected my social life. It's been how it has always been. Perfect. Questions here. Wesley, where do I find lots of affiliates to promote my product? My product when I create it, if I don't have an email list. Yeah, go to warriorforum.com. Warriorforum.com. Go there. You can find a ton of affiliates. Go to events. You got to go to events, honestly. You need to go meet the people, honestly. You know what I mean? Go to events. Go to events. Go meet people. I did that for years. Go to Affiliate West. Go to Affiliate East. Go to traffic and conversions. Go to the ClickFunnels events. Go to all these things, okay? Because this is what the affiliates are. They're there. You got to meet them. Talk to people. Okay? Let me see here. Questions here. Wes, do you work in focus working hours? Like 5 hours to interruptions? Focus working hours? What is that? What do you find a media by? If so, can you recommend any? And I know you're a big dog. How much is your ad cost a month? And what type of ads do you run to capture your leads? Yeah, so we probably spend 6 figures plus every single month. I mean, minimum, right? And we run Facebook ads right now. But we did TikTok, but TikTok just banned us. But we're going to do Google, and I'm going to do some Outbrain and Taboola native ads as well. And I'm going to be honest, I mean, people out there, it's a ton of people that run Facebook ads. But I'm going to tell you, they're not cheap. They're not inexpensive. And I can't just recommend a company for you because there's so many of them out there. And I don't really use companies to run my ads. I just prefer to find somebody that's very smart. I would say start with like Upwork.com. Find your ad person that's like just an individual, not a company, so they won't charge you too much. Like Upwork.com, Guru.com, and test people out. You got to test people. See how they work. And you might find that like the person that runs my ad, they found me on the internet. So that's how I attracted my media buyer. He believed in the vision as well. What's next here? Questions? Questions for me, folks. How are you? Let's see. We have more people in. How do I generate traffic here? Facebook ads, Google ads, or organic ways, blogs, forums. What's next? Love you too. Questions for me. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Beverly, Washington, how are you? When did you discover Bob Proctor, and how did his teaching shift your awareness in life, Wes? Bob Proctor, man, I don't know, years ago. I think a decade ago, I guess. And, I think the part of Bob Proctor's teaching that I love was the paradigm shift. And I like his audio where he says, I'm so grateful now that money comes to me in multiple quantities on a continuous basis. Like, I love that. I just listen to that like all day long, honestly. It's on YouTube, by the way. And he just plays it repeatedly over and over and over again. I would listen to that for hours. So shout out to the late Bob Proctor, brother. We love you. What's next here? Questions for me here. Wes, did you ever go to the library in the beginning of your journey? Yeah, I did. Yeah, of course. I mean, I probably bought every self-help book you can think about. I have a very impressive library. Yeah, I did. Barnes and Nobles was my spot. I just go every week. And I would take my children to the library, and I would get them to get books. When they were younger, I made them read, obviously. Made them get their, like if they were going to the 5th grade, I would make them get 5th grader books. And they hated it, but, it served them now. They do very well in school. They make A's and B's. So, yeah. Yeah, I went to the library every week. And I would read for hours in the library. Not the library, actually, Barnes and Nobles. What's called the music you play to meditate? I need to find it on the Yahoo. It's called Divi Prayer. Divi Prayer. What's next? Questions for me, okay? Okay. Where are the best places to find business owners for prospecting? Trying to prospect a business owner? LinkedIn, man. I mean, listen, all this prospecting, that type of language sounds like network marketing to me. Go get your prospects. Nah, that's a new world now. If you're in network marketing, if you're out there, going to the mall, going to restaurants and trying to meet people one by one, you're just insane, okay? You're not going to build a business like this. You're not. It's going to take you a very long time, home meetings, all this stuff. That is a thing of the past. People that's going to people's houses and giving presentations. This is insane. Come on now. You got the internet. I mean, you can do a presentation one time on the internet, and that video can play forever. And it can hit thousands of people every single day. Okay, if you do it correctly here. So, LinkedIn is a great place if you're trying to find business owners. LinkedIn. I will use that as a lead source. You can run ads on LinkedIn, by the way, as well. Questions here. Can you explain the 30% rule you teach about outgoing expenses and financial management? Yeah, sure. So I've been living personally by what I call the 70-30 rule. Hold on, so folks, I'm trying to get comfortable here. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm trying to get comfortable. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, I need a female blanket. That's what I need. All right. Listen. So, yes, I have something that's called a 70-30 rule. Listen up. This is how I've been living. This is how I've lived for a very, very long time. Because in my 20s, I did not know how to manage money. Even though I was making $10,000 to $15,000 per month, I still was broke every single month. Crazy, right? So I've learned that I had to teach and discipline myself to live off 30% of the money that I was bringing in per month. 30%, which includes everything that it takes me to survive and live. Rent, food, right? Any bills was 30%. 70% was in my bank accounts. And what I did was I divided my bank accounts up, and every bank account had a purpose, okay? Every bank account had a purpose, which means this. I had a bank account for traveling, a bank account for jewelry, a bank account for cars, a bank account for real estate. I have a bank account for everything, honestly, right? Anything that you see that I have, like I have 8 cars, bank account for that. I have 10 homes that I own. I have a bank account for that. I have a ton of jewelry. I just don't wear it a lot. I have a lot of watches. I probably got $250,000 watches, right? Bank account for that, by the way. Vacations when I fly first class. It's a bank account for that, right? So that 70% is all the different bank accounts that serve things that are like entertainment purposes. Make sense? Not necessarily things that I need to survive, but just things that I want. Luxurious things. Does that make sense? So even where you are right now, and you got to learn how to get rid of certain things, right? Because you may say 30%, man, I'm not going to be able to survive. Well, you have to try. And you have to start to get rid of certain things. Like if you go out to eat all the time, stop doing that. Just cook your food, buy your food, and prepare it. Why? Because it's less expensive, okay? To cook your own food. If you drink a lot, stop going out and stop drinking so much. It costs money. Smoke weed, cigarettes, cost money. Right? So you have to really look at your expenses and see what you're spending your money on. Because it's just the little purchases that's causing the biggest problems when it comes to finances. Okay? Let me see here. What's next here? Yeah, I did. Different banks or same banks. It can be the same bank, but different accounts, right? Several accounts. What do you think of Your Wish is Your Command audio series? I love it. Listen to it. You're very welcome, Rainbow. Next question for me here. What would you do if you started affiliate marketing from scratch? Honestly, I would just jump on YouTube and I will learn how to be an affiliate marketer. Like if I had no knowledge at all, I would just jump on YouTube and I will learn. And I would just test and trial and error. Listen, affiliate marketing is all about trial and error. It's different stages of affiliate marketing. And the first stage is you have to find a product. Okay, right? Got to find a product to promote. 2, you have to figure out what the demographic is for the product. Like, who are you going to be putting the product in front of? The people, the age group. Then you have to determine if you're going to run Facebook ads or Google ads, right? Which platform are you going to learn? Okay. Then you got to begin to run ads. And then you have to learn you got to learn a little bit the psychology behind copy and the psychology behind human behavior. You got to understand, what makes a person click? What makes a person engage into information, right? So you have to understand a small part of psychology as well. Okay? You cut everyone off when you were building your wealth. Did you reconnect with your family later? No. I can't stand my family. I'm just kidding, folks. Did I reconnect? Did I have a reconnection party or something? No, absolutely not. I'm too busy. Listen, when I first got rich, I went to a family reunion, if you want to know that, and I was rich. I remember it was in Galveston, I believe. I don't know where we was at. They rented a house, and I pulled up in my Rolls Royce. I just bought another car. I've had that Rolls Royce for a while. I don't know. But, I pulled up. You had a good time. But I was just so different from everybody, honestly. It was fun. You can play some volleyball. I won, of course. My team always wins. Just it is what it is. But I don't know. Just kind of weird, right? Because no one thinks like you. Like my thoughts are just very different from their thoughts. And they're good people. I love them to life, but no need to reconnect. It's nothing to talk about. Like, what are we going to talk about? A job? Like, I don't have a job. They all have jobs. I'm a business owner. Like, nobody in my family runs a business that I'm aware of. Well, my brother does, but other than that, I don't know anyone. Everybody has a job. So what are we going to talk about? What happened to Susie on Monday? Who bought donuts to work on Tuesday? What are we going to talk about? I don't know, I travel the world every month. I'm going to talk about travel, my travel, what type of conversation are we going to have? And I definitely don't want to talk about my childhood. Sometimes family want to talk about, oh, you remember when you was little when you did that? You remember when you did that? I don't remember none of that shit. I don't remember my childhood. I don't remember anything. It's nothing to remember, honestly. All right, so it's nothing to talk about. It's nothing to reconnect about, honestly, here at all. We're different people now. It is what it is. Oh, I'll say I'm different. Most of my family and friends, they stayed the same. They're the exact same person they was when I met them years ago. When I met them, they just the same people. It's cool. Brother, answer the question. What question? Can you calm down? I don't know. Come on, relax. I can only answer one question at a time, folks. What's next here? What's next here? Why am I passing by all this information that will help me in my life while I'm motivated and wanting to change? I'm confused of myself. What are you confused about? What's next? One thing, how many of you can relate being the black sheep in the family? Like, I'm the black sheep. Like, I know this. I've always been the black sheep. The black sheep is just the person that I was always doing just things that were just out of the ordinary. Whether it was going to jail, getting kicked out of my apartment, getting repossessions, I'm just the black sheep. I'm the one that took all the risk. I took a bunch of risks. I'm just the black sheep. The black sheep is who the family always talks about. Well, we hope Wesley to get it together. I don't know what he's going to do. So whatever. And it's okay to be the black sheep, by the way. Okay. I mean, I'm the black sheep, but I'm rich. I'm a rich black sheep. So I love it. Even in my family with my brother, I was the black sheep. I was the one that had I caused all the problems. I was terrible in school. My brother, he was good. He was good in school. Not me. I was class clown. I did what I wanted to do. But look at me now. So it's okay being a black sheep. But don't be a stupid black sheep person, right? You can be a rebel, but don't be a stupid rebel, right? Got to get smart eventually. You want to know why you're not motivated to work? Yeah, because other things in your life is more important to you than actually working on your dream, man. Honestly, I wish I could shut down the school systems, to a certain extent. And when I say school, I mean like middle school and high school. It's like, what are they teaching you guys? And if I have any teenagers on here, listen, I get it. Most of the information that you can learn in school is just absolutely going to be useless information. Most of the information is not going to be applicable to your life. I mean, reading, English, and math, that's about all you need. Social studies, algebra, trigonometry, and all that, chemistry, this is not going to be applicable depending on the type of person that you want to be or the category or career choice that you choose to make. But let me tell you something, most of the stuff is not going to be usable. And honestly, I think, most of the information is just going to confuse children to the point when they become teenagers, now they're young adults, they don't know what they want to do. You know why? Because you've put all this useless information in their brains for 12 years, taking 7 classes that it's not even applicable to living a great life. Why don't you have a class? They have a class called speech, right? But no one's teaching no one how to communicate properly. I took the class speech. They don't teach you nothing about speaking. All right, they should have a communication class. They should have a manifestation class. They should have an emotional intelligence class. They should have a people skill building class. I mean, come on. All right, but don't worry. Wesley Virgin is going to fix this. I don't know exactly how, but I'm going to fix it. Don't worry. Prosperity University is coming to a neighborhood near you where it's going to be classes that children and teenagers can take and have access to that's going to make them ready for the world. Because right now, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, they're lost in the sauce, man. Trust me, I see them every day. Lost in the sauce. Most of the young people, it's devastating because they don't know what they want to do and they feel lost. Right? And their parents keep telling them, go to school, fool. That's just stupid. That's the dumbest advice I've heard in my life. How's that going to fix your problem if a person doesn't know exactly what they want to major in? Go to school to do what? And most of these teenagers, these young adults, they just choosing any major. They don't know what to choose. They're like, what makes the most money? That's a way to select a career choice, which is stupid. It's dumb, right? Because most of these children and most of these teenagers, they choose a major and then they end up changing it first semester, or flunking out because they realize college is very difficult. And they wasted all their money and time. But don't worry, Wesley Virgin is here to break those chains. I'm going to break that chain, that generational curse. That school is the only option for kids, and children are shamed and persecuted if they don't go to college. I didn't go to college. I went to college and I dropped out. Now what? And I'm worth $40 million. Now what? I dropped out of college. I got out of there. You know who else dropped out of college? Mark Zuckerberg. You know who that is? He's the guy that created Facebook. He bought Instagram and WhatsApp as well. He's worth billions of dollars. So what are you talking about? Get out of here. Steve Jobs, he dropped out of Harvard as well. So we're talking about all these people dropped out because they got smart. They realized they didn't need it. Okay. King West, in one of your videos, you mentioned something so profound. You said sometimes you have to legally break the rules. Which rules did you break to become successful? Okay, so listen, when I say break the rules, but don't break the law, okay? I give an example. I'm gonna give you a real example. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Like in marketing. Say if you have a good product, okay, a great product that you want to give to people. And you have to create certain type of marketing to make it so good that people actually want to take a look at it. So in marketing, sometimes you have to break the rules. I mean, you have to fabricate certain things in the marketing. And listen, don't get all moral on me. Like, oh, you shouldn't lie. You shouldn't lie in your market. What do you mean? Like every commercial that you ever watch that promotes anything, they're lying. They're lying in your face. Shaq, like he promotes all these different brands. He probably doesn't even use these brands, right? You think he has, does he even use Icy Hot? They're paying him money for that. Kevin Hart, you think he drive a Ford? Think he gonna drive a Ford Focus? Absolutely not. Right? But he promotes it. He promotes those little cheap credit cards as well. Debit cards. He's like, oh, just get it. It's amazing. Is that a lie? Is it really amazing? No. He got paid millions of dollars to do that and say that. So listen, in your marketing, sometimes you got to fabricate a little bit. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Don't get all virtuous on me like, oh, you shouldn't lie. You got to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Lies. You lie every single day of your life. Everybody. I can prove it to you. I can prove that everybody on the planet lies at least one time a day. In the morning when someone asks you, hey, how you doing today? I'm okay. You're lying. You're not doing okay. You're doing fucking horrific. I'm doing fine. Oh, I'm fine. No, you're not fine. You're lying. Right? You're doing horrible. So what are you talking about? What you mean you're not lying? We all lie. So listen, when I say break the rules, in your marketing, like if you're marketing something, hey, do what you got to do to sell it. Your goal is to sell the product. Okay? Will people come after you? Maybe. But not the police. Because it's not a crime to lie in marketing. Because everybody does it. Billionaires, everybody does. This is going to be in my book. This is going to be a chapter in my book that I'm going to write later in life. The chapter's going to be called Everybody Lies. Because they do. Everybody lies. Everybody on the planet lies. Does that make sense? Everybody lies. You're all liars. You're a liar. I'm a liar. We all lie. Oh, I don't lie. Oh, I don't lie. You all lie. Everybody does. Somebody asks you, hey, you like this on me? Oh, that looks good on you. But in your mind, you're like, ooh, that shit is ugly. You lied. Okay? So it's normal to lie. It is what it is. And lie, actually, I'm going to have another subchapter in that. Lying is necessary. Because you can't be out here just telling people how you feel. Because you're not going to be a person that people want to be around. You can't be a person out here just giving your truth to everybody. Oh, no, I hate her. I can't stand that dress. I can't stand her song. Oh, she sounds like shit. A lot of you, watch this. How many of you have children? And how many of your children sing? And they say, Mommy, how do I sing? Oh, my God, you sound like Beyonce. Shut up. No, you don't. You don't sound like Beyonce, man. Not at all. But you tell your children this. You lie to them. Dad, how did I play in school today? How did I do in the game? You did amazing. No, he didn't. He didn't score any points. He was on the bench the entire time. How? How did he do amazing? You see how we lie? You see how we justify lies too? Lying is necessary, by the way, to a certain extent. That's going to be in my book. Okay? It's just the truth. A lot of your kids all day long, you know. Oh, you're so amazing. You're so smart. You're so amazing. Oh my God, you did that? Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, you drew me a picture? Oh my God, you're the next Picasso. Shut up. You're lying. But you're just giving them positive reinforcements, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You want to see your child better, right? So, listen, break the rules. And I don't want to go too deep, you know, because I want to get in trouble. But just break the rules, man. You got to break the rules. You're going to have to, okay? It's not, and I didn't say the law, rules, okay? Rules, if you break the rules, you can't go to jail, okay? You're not going to go to jail if you tell your kid that they can't sing, okay? Or that they can't sing, okay? You're not going to go into jail if you say, you create a story about how you discover your product. And no one will ever know, right? So, break the rules, but don't break the law. What's next here? And you guys know what I'm talking about. So don't give me all this. Don't give me all this lying. Tell me, I don't. You know, you got women. I don't want a liar. I don't want a liar. You know, that's what they tell men. I don't want a man that lies to me. Shut up. You're lying. Yes, you do. You want a man to lie to you. You do. 100%. Certain lies you don't want him to tell. But if he tells, hey, baby, did I gain weight? You did. You're fat. What if he was thinking that? That's exactly what he thinks about you. That you gained some weight and you're fat now. Your stomach is too big. What you gonna do? You're gonna cry. You're gonna shut down. What? What you mean? Yeah, I know it is. Oh my God. Yeah, you're gonna feel like shit. So stop it. Sometimes lying is necessary. It's okay. Just like you got to lie to your man sometimes. You got to tell him that he's handsome. Maybe he's not handsome. Just say he is. So what? Maybe magically he will become a handsome man. All right? All right, what's next here? Hey, Kiki, how are you? V. Simmons, how are you? See, one thing about me, you know why people love me? You know why you love me? Because I see the world as it is. I just see the world exactly how it is. You see the world, but you have glasses on. Yeah, not me. I see it exactly how it is. You're trying to I give an example, like women. Women truly believe that they're going to find a man that's tall, good looking, rich, loyal, nurturing, listens to her, and very emotionally intelligent, a great communicator, and has the respect of others. Yeah. So women think they're going to find that man and have that man to herself. And I just call it a fairy tale. And you got some women like, yeah, I'm going to find. But see, the problem is, and I'm just talking about this because I just recently saw a TikTok video of a woman talking about this. And she was right. Do you know women? Let me explain something to women for a second here and we get back on topic. 15% of men on the planet makes $100,000 a year. Now, you can do your research. It is there. Okay, it's statistical data. Okay, this is true. 15% make six figures, not even seven. Okay, the average millionaire is 57 years old. It's an old man. Okay, not saying that 57 is an old man, but you know it is what it is. Almost 60. That's the average millionaire. Okay, and half of the 15% are married. And I know you women don't want a married man, do you? No, you'll never do that. So now you got 7%. And we're not even talking about a tall man. We're not even talking about a good-looking man. We're not talking about a man that's a good person. We haven't even added those attributes yet, right? We're just talking about a man that makes six figures. Okay, you see how much you got to play with there? You know, I mean, you're talking about less than 5% of men on the planet that you're trying to attract. And what women don't understand Well, they do understand, but they choose not to understand because they have blinders on. They have the glasses on. What they don't realize is if you got maybe less than 3% of men that are available, that are making six figures. And like I said before, we're not even talking about a tall man, right? Who wants a short man? I don't think anyone wants a short man. I mean, shout out to my short men, but it is what it is, right? Even a good looking man, right? We're not even talking about that because, good looking is subjective anyway. But they don't realize how many women, as it relates to how men desire women. Because, man, we just need you to look good. That's it. I mean, we don't care about anything else. We don't care about how much money you make. We just want you to look good, cute, pretty, whatever. Whatever those attributes are for a man. And see, what women don't understand, it's a ton of them. But it's not a ton of men that make six figures. It's not a ton of men that make six figures and good looking. It's not a ton of men that make six figures good looking and tall. And it's not a ton of men that make six figures and tall and emotionally intelligent and can communicate. Do you get it now? Right? But it's a ton of women. So now you see why these men have so many options. A ton. But women, they just think that they're the shit. I'm the best. I value myself. I'm this, I'm that, I'm the queen, blah, 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 whatever. And the reason why women are like that, because men tend to put women like that on pedestals. The beta men do. Not Sigma men, not men like myself. I don't put women on pedestal. Never. I don't care how beautiful you are. I'm not putting you on a pedestal. I can love you, like you, lift you up, but you're not on the pedestal. But beta men do. Beta, those weaker men do. They tell you, they text you every second. Oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're amazing, you're beautiful. Oh my God, I can't miss you. I kind of, where you at? Where you at? I'm tracking you. Those insecure men, put women on a pedestal. So that's why women feel very superior sometimes to men as far as they just like, I can do what I want to do and I know what he's going to do. His behavior is very predictable. But when women get a man like I just described, right? Successful, intellectual. Well, she don't realize, like, she can't control them, and she just can't understand this man because she's bringing the same attitude and personality that she utilized with the beta man, with the weaker men. Make sense? Oh, the man with the weaker mind. Oh, the man that doesn't make the six figures, right? She's still out there struggling, trying to make things work. So she don't know what to do. And she's treating him as she would treat the beta individual. Make sense? So, well, the point of that is, women, I was telling this young lady today, the reality is, if you want this type of man, this outstanding man of excellence, got the money, financially astute. I mean, I'm not even put good looking and just can take care of you, a provider, a man that has a sense of emotional intelligence as well, has the ability to be a leader and a provider. Well, you got to be willing to be the type of woman that man will desire. Okay? And the reason why I said that I watched the TikTok, it was this young lady that's talking about it. Like, she's talking about men like this. Because so women are starting to wake up and teaching other women how to deal with very powerful men or men that are very desirable. It's just the reality of it, right? Because you're no longer, I'm not saying that you're not the prize, but you're really not the prize. Now when you deal with like a Sigma or Alpha man, you're not a high value man, you're not the prize anymore. You're not. Because there's many women just like you. There's many women that are more beautiful than you. There's women that are more nurturing than you, more submissive than you. It's a lot of them. So the question is, what sets you apart if you want to be with that type of man? Okay? That's the reality of it. So you have to get off your high horse and say, oh, I'm the shit, I'm everything, and you got to treat me like this. I'm telling you, you'll be the type of woman, you'll be jumping from man and man and man and man and man and man. You'll get older and you'll be by yourself and alone. And that's unfortunate because I don't want you to be alone. Okay? So, next question here. We'll stop with that. That was just a little break in the conversation here. What's next? What type of women do you desire? Oh, good question here. You know what's so funny? So I was getting a massage today. And the girl, I told her about my podcast, obviously, right? And she said, oh, that's very interesting. And she said, what's the craziest question you ever got asked? And somebody just asked her right now. She said, well, what type of women or what type of woman do you tend to gravitate towards? That's a funny question here. So me, very simple. I'm a simple man. You may think I'm complex, but I'm not. Become simple when you trust me. Like, if you just trust and just surrender to me, life is very easy. But if you don't do that, life can be very difficult for you. I like women that are agreeable. I'm not saying that she can't have her point of view, okay, women? But it's just like women just go with the flow. And the flow is whatever Wesley, says. And listen, I'm not a dictator, okay? What I'm saying is you have to, if you decide to be with me, like if you decide to be with me, if you don't see qualities of leadership in me, you shouldn't be with me. But if you see qualities of leadership, well, let me lead. Isn't that what you want? Just like I was explaining to the young lady today, I said, well, listen, the average woman, she stresses, she's overwhelmed, she's always thinking about something. And women are extremely emotional. It's like their mind is always running, like 24/7, almost in their sleep. It's always like this. But when you attach a man to the situation, a capable man, he can take some of that financial, because that's where women's stress is usually financial. Well, he can take some of that financial stress out for you. He can take some of the decisions that you don't want to make. He can make those decisions for you. So you can do whatever you want to do to fulfill your dream for you to feel good about yourself. That makes sense? That's what a man does. That's his job, responsibility. It's to take the pressure off a woman. Okay? So me, I like women who are very obsequious women. Okay? Nurturing. Soft-spoken women. Okay? I like women that sort of believe what I believe, as far as like your mind is powerful, that you can manifest your dreams. And if you don't believe in that, she needs to be open to it. Like, I can't be with a woman that's not open to that you can manifest your dreams. Like, if you don't believe in the whole metaphysical world, like if you don't, listen, if you don't, I can't deal with you. Because that means that you want to live in the world, the world where, you believe like you're a fatalist, like you just think that life happens. Life just doesn't happen. I like women that are very happy. I like women that smile. Okay? Yeah, I like women that smile. I like a woman that just doesn't try so hard. You know how you have women that they try so hard to be attractive. So hard. And I get it. If you want to get boobs, get boobs, But it's like, come on. The lips, the duck lips, the BBLs, the ab sketching. Come on. What are we doing here? Are we Barbie dolls now? Like, I like a woman that's comfortable with herself. Okay? That's just comfortable with herself. That is very attractive to me. Okay? But a woman that has to try so hard to be beautiful. Like, guys use all these apps just to make yourself look pretty. You see you in person, you're like, who is this? I thought I was going to meet Janet Jackson. You look like Freddie Jackson. That's a true story. I got stories that I can tell you. Right? I just like a woman that just have this inner beauty. I can't explain it sometimes. I don't know. You just know I just know when I see it. It's almost like a soft look. I like a woman that has a soft look. Okay? And I'm trying to think of what person I can explain to you that has a soft look. But you know, when you see them, they just have this soft, peaceful look. Oh my God, it's a turn on for me. And another thing is, I only date short women. You got to be 5'5" and below. If you're over 5'5", I'm probably not going to date you. It is what it is. Don't get mad at me. It's just what it is, right? Like short women, short. Okay? And that's it. It's a simple man. And I want a woman to accept me for who I am, period. Everything. Got to accept me. You know, it is what it is. You need to accept me for who I am, period. If you're not willing to do that, then leave. Okay? What's the next? Questions for me here. You ladies asked, and I answered here. The man is the head of a house. Men need more leadership traits. Yeah, I agree with you. And honestly, men are the problem. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Men are the problem. Like, as it relates to like relationships and, you know, why so many women are so single. It's just men are the problem because men don't know how to be men. They really don't. They don't know how to be leaders. You still have men out here that still believe in the 50-50. Like the girl asked me today, she said, while she was massaging me, she says, so do you believe in the whole 50-50 mentality? I said, absolutely not. That's bullshit. I mean, no real man is going to expect a woman to pay anything if he's providing for her. If this is my woman, you know, I'm married to her or I'm dating her exclusively, this is my girl. I mean, what are you talking about? It's no 50-50. I'm staying in the same house. I'm not going to make you pay the lights. But you got some men out there that say, hey, well, I pay the rent, you pay the lights. That's fair, right? We both have to give 50-50. And see, what men don't realize now, it's like you're giving women some of the power. And I'm not saying that women are powerless. Maybe that's not the right word to use. But listen, if you want to be the fucking king, act like one. I mean, come on now. The boss pays everything. When I take my team out to dinner, like when I go to dinner with my team, my employees, I pay. I don't make them pay. You know why? I'm the motherfucking boss. That's why. That's what the boss does. He pays for everything. We go to the club. Whose credit card is going to be swiped? Mine. Because I'm the boss. Does it make sense? A lot of you men, you got it confused. You try to act like a boss, but you don't want to. Like you want to be the boss, but you're not acting like a boss. When it's time to do the things that the boss has to do, you don't want to do those things. You just want to do the whole ego. Oh, I'm the boss. Everybody respect me. Everybody best to kneel down to me. No. You got to act like one. The boss pays for things. That's what the boss does. Does it make sense? He gets the bill. He makes the decisions. That's what makes him the boss, because he does what the employees are not going to do. Okay? And look, you got women out there, they want to be the boss too. It's just, I'm telling you, it's so jaded. It is so reversed. What's happening in our culture, you know, women want to be the boss now. And I guess, and I don't understand what a woman means by she wants to be the boss. The boss of who? Of your business? Or in your relationships? Okay? Like, I want a woman that, she don't need to be the boss. I want a woman that can be my queen. I want a woman that can be feminine, be a woman, be a girl, be a female. I don't want a woman shoving in, I want to be the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Nah, I don't want a woman like that at all. Okay? I like a feminine woman, straight up. I mean, I like a girly girl. I don't want anything masculine about a woman. I can't stand it. Like if a woman raises her voices at me, if a woman raises her voice at me and she don't have Um, like if she raises her voice and doesn't have, what's the word I'm looking for? If the situation doesn't warrant her raising her voice, she's going to be done. I mean, I'm going to correct her. She's going to be done. You don't raise your voice at me ever. It's just how I rock. Because there's no reason to raise your voice at me ever. Okay? What's next, folks? Talk to me. Questions for me. Hey, Nikki, how are you? I've been single, so I'm used to paying. Now when someone wants to pay for me, it doesn't feel right. Yeah, that's sad. Because it is a man's responsibility to pay for you if he takes you out to dinner. There's no such thing as Dutch treat. So it's men's fault. Trust me. It's the men's fault. It's not women's fault. Honestly, it's men. Do you believe a father who works should still help with the children even though the mother stays at home? Father works should still help with the children. Of course, Olivia. What do you want us to do? Well, you want us to change some diapers or something? You want us to feed the baby? Okay. Listen, Olivia, this is what my thoughts about that. You know, everybody has their role. It doesn't mean that the man is not going to spend time with his kid. But if that woman chooses to be a house mom, you know, and if he's out there being a provider where he's working his ass off to make sure you have an outstanding lifestyle, the family. See, I don't think, this is one thing about women don't understand. You know, when women get with men, especially men that make really, really good money, you know, and they just be like, oh, yeah, I guess it's just easy, right? So, you know, they living in a penthouse. Say if I'm with a girl, right, and she's pregnant. She has the baby. She living in my penthouse. It's a beautiful penthouse, gorgeous. We traveling whenever we want to with the baby. She has a nanny that I gave to her, you know, to take care of certain things as well. She's out there running with the baby in those little running carts, you know, during the day, relaxing while I'm working my ass off, right, making money. And I think women don't realize how difficult it is to run a company and continue to make money. And to make money on that level. And they just think, well, I know he worked, but still, he got to change Pampers too. Why? You should change the Pampers. You know, I'm not going to say it's your job. You should want to, because you're not staying in an apartment in the ghetto. You're in a fucking penthouse. You're in a fucking mansion. What are you talking about? We're taking vacations every single month. You crazy? You're telling me that you want me to change diapers? You want me to do I mean, come on. And see, this is what women don't understand, because they just think that if they're with a man that's financially astute and he has money, then that's just, okay, that's just regular. It's not just not. Do you understand that's like 2%? Like $1 million? That's like 1%. That's less than 1%. Of men that's able to do this, that's doing it. Do you understand the energy and the time that it takes to do that? Because you know what? Women think that way because they're not rich. So when women have a baby, they just like, oh no, you got to do something too. You got, I'm creating this multi-million-dollar lifestyle that you're enjoying with me. Okay? You're not sleeping on the air mattress, honey. You're sleeping on a $10,000 temper-painted bag. What are you talking about? Are you insane right now? You're not driving a Honda Accord. You got a Bentley Balenciaga truck. What are you talking about? Right? But women don't think that way, right? Because they just think, well, it's just normal. Because they have never made $1 million. They don't know what it takes to build a company. It's very difficult. It's very hard to even sustain it, right? So if we ask you just to change the diaper, feed the baby, do all those things, right? When I come home, when daddy come home, take care of daddy, you know? Make sure some food is prepared for him. Give him a nice little massage. Rub his feet. Rub his balls. You know, do whatever you got to do to relax this man. Why? Because now he can make more money. When a man is relaxed, when you relax a man's body, that's what you need to do. Relax his body. You got to feed him, make love to him, rub him, touch him, speak softly to him, ask about his day in a very nice voice. That man can do outstanding things in the marketplace. A man does not want to come home. He's a 7-figure earner. Hey, can you go change the baby's diaper? Hey, can you go do this? God, what? I mean, he'll probably do it, but you should never ask your man. You're making God, some of you women will never get it. Yeah, you won't. A lot of you women, you'll never get it. And then, you'll be upset when he cheats on you. When he cheats on you. And you'll be all confused. Why did he cheat on me? I don't understand. We had a perfect family. We had perfect everything. Why did he cheat on me? You know why? Because there's some woman out there that relaxed that man's body in a way that you couldn't do it. Because you're too busy wanting him to do shit that you should be doing. Everybody has a role. Your man's not coming home and telling you to go make money. Is he? Is he out there like, hey, I need you to go work 8 hours a day somewhere and you need to make some money? No. He said, baby, go to the spa because I can tell you're feeling a little stressed out. Go get your nails done. Go get your hair done. You know, here's $1,000. Go take care of that for you. Go do that. You can take a day off. Take a day and do your thing. Let's get the nanny to take care of the baby for that. Let's go to Mexico for the weekend. We'll bring the nanny as well. That's what daddy does. So my question to you, women, what are you doing? And that's only if you're dealing with a high value man, okay? Not these average men, okay? I'll be playing Beyonce when my man gets on. Which song, though? Next question here. And I don't understand what's wrong with a woman taking care of the kids. I get it. You know, women want to complain about taking care of it's so hard, Wesley. It's so hard. Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you rather go out there and make $1 million and run companies or take care of a baby? See, the issue is women, I mean, some women are rich, you know, but women just don't realize how difficult it is, you know. And they try to compare, you know, raising a child. I understand. I'm not saying raising a child is easy. But compared to making millions of dollars and sustaining that type of lifestyle, like I pay $15,000 per month for my place here. $15K. That you don't have to worry about. I take care of that. Can you imagine thinking about paying $15,000 every single month that's going to come out of your checking account? You don't have to think about that. You just need to feed little Wesley, give him a bottle, you know, change his little pamper, rock him to sleep, sing him a song, play with him a little bit, let him sleep. I mean, come on. What's next? Can you turn on the lights? I want to see your smile. Maybe tomorrow. Not tonight. I'm too relaxed. Hey, Tone T, how are you? Listen, let me tell you something. The reason why women are like this is because do you think it's normal for women to experience a man that makes 7 figures? Do you think it's normal for women to be with men that are rich? No, it's very uncommon. It's very uncommon, okay? It's just uncommon. Because it's not a lot of us, not a lot of men like myself, right? So women just don't know, honestly. And it's unfortunate because some women are not even willing to learn because they just think that they're the queen. You know, like, oh, no, I'm the catch. I'm the catch. No, you were a catch with Pookie and Ray Ray that couldn't pay his bills. Yeah, you were a catch then. But you're not a catch with Wesley Virgin. Come on now. Are you kidding me? I'm rich. I'm good looking. I'm tall. I communicate well. If you have a conversation with me, you're going to love to hear me talk. If you were talking to me one-on-one, I can solve all your problems financially. I'm going to take you on trips around the world. I pay close attention to my women. Like any woman I deal with, I pay close attention. I know what she's thinking before she even think it. Yeah. You can't treat me like Pookie and Ray Ray. But that's the issue with women. They just treat, because they're used to it. It's just they're just so common, dealing with Pookie. So when they get a man that's actually capable, they fail. And then they get old. They turn 40. Yeah, you got some women out here, they be like, I ain't selling for nothing. I ain't selling for nothing because, they're cute and beautiful. But let me tell you something, baby. You just get older. You'll see. Because when you hit 40, 50, care how beautiful you are, that man is going to gravitate to that 20-year-old. It's going to be automatic. You know what I mean? Your value is going to decrease. Because, see, a lot of women some women get a lot of attention from men, but they don't realize that you're getting older. And if you get a lot of attention, your ego and your confidence and your cockiness tends to inflate. You think you're untouchable. You can just get a new one, until you can't. You're going to be like, oh, wow, I'm not getting as many compliments as I used to get anymore. It happens to every woman that's like that, because you're going to get older and your beauty is going to fade. Even if you try your best to get all the Botox in the world, your beauty is going to fade, unfortunately. It's just how life is, right? And women will start to see it. You know what happens with women in their 40s? I know this because I've dealt with women in their 40s. Women in their 40s are very smart. 50s too. They get very smart. And they realize, they see the world exactly how it is, man. They know. And they're very different from 40 than 20. You'll see when you turn 40. They're much more agreeable. They listen more. Some women, they actually, become smart women when they're dealing with men. What's next here? So for all my women in your 20s right now, you'll see. Don't worry. Because I know some of you women in your 20s and your 30s, you think you just a shit. I can get any man I want. Okay, keep saying that. We'll see. 10, 15 years pass. We'll see. That's just say here. Since you can get any man you want, but yet you're single. That doesn't make sense. What's next? Oh, yeah, the song catered to you. Exactly. Let me tell you something. Listen, women, men like me, I want a woman to cater to me. Cater. Make my life better. Like, listen, my life is already perfect. Are you kidding me? Alone. Like, my life is good by myself. So if I augment you to my life, I better feel better. I'm not going to feel worse. Does that make sense? No, I'm not. I'm just going to drop you. And I don't care how good you look. I don't care how good the sex is. You can give me the best head jobs or whatever you want to do sexually. Who cares? Because I'm going to find another one just like that. They're waiting. Right? Got to cater to your man when you have a capable man. Don't cater to Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay? Make sense? Cater to that man. Because let me tell you something, women, there's a competition going on. It is what it is. Women just blinded to this. They think it's no competition. Oh, it's no competition with me, with other women. Shut up. It is. You have a ton of competition. When your man leaves, if he's a capable man, he's a high value, you have a ton of competition. It's women that want your man. They want him badly because they want the lifestyle. They want to be comfortable. Every woman wants a leader. Every woman wants a man that's an intellectual. Okay? And they all want this. Women want a man that they can actually admire. A man that actually can teach them something. Okay? So, yeah. The competition exists, sweetheart. All right, what's next? I'm manifesting my capable man. I love it. What's next here? And if women, would you like to know what it takes to cater to a man? Do I need to explain cater? Because unfortunately, I guess Beyonce didn't explain it in the song. Do you know what it takes to cater to a man? Do I need to tell you again? Okay. Listen, you got to think outside the box, man. Let me give you an example. Okay. So when I'm with women, I give you an example. When I go on vacation, if I take a woman on vacation, typically men, they may drive their car, go to the airport, parking center, get in line to wait on the plane, whatever. But when you travel with me, we'll have a driver. My driver's going to pick us up. He's going to take the luggage. When we debark the plane, we're not going to go in the economy section. We're going to go in the first class section so we can go through faster and quicker. And then we're going to go through the premier line so we can go through very quickly, okay? And we're going to board the plane immediately because I'm Premier 1K, obviously. And so we're going to board it quickly to get our seats in first class. When we debark the plane, it's going to be a man or a young lady with a sign that says Wesley Virgin, okay? That person is going to walk us to the luggage rack, and then they're going to get our luggage for us, and they're going to take us and fast track us through passport immigration. When we get to the hotel, we'll be greeted by a butler. Okay, you got to take us up to the room. We typically, with me, I don't need to go through all the front desk things. They usually just take me straight to my room because I usually get a fancy room, right? Penthouse or suite of some sort. And I have the butler to unpack our luggage. Okay? That's my experience. You see, I'm just trying to give you a visual. Now, this is how you women travel with your man. You're rushing, right? To get your luggage in order. You get in your car. Okay, maybe you get an Uber. Get to the airport. You go in economy class, and it's a long line for that because everybody's over there, right? Everybody's in the coach line, so it's taking you forever to go through the line. You finally check your bags, you get it in, then you have to go through another line because you coach. Economy is always going to be a longer line, folks. Premier and TSA, we go right through, but coach, it's just going to be a long line. You get through there, then it's going to take forever to board the plane because you're probably section 15, you way in the back. Right? So you're just waiting in that long line again. Then you finally get on the plane, you get to your destination. Nobody is waiting for the sign. No one's waiting for you. Because, your man's like, we don't need nobody. We don't need nobody to drive. We don't need nobody to take our luggage. So you wait for your luggage. Wait for that little trolley thing, whatever you call that thing, the conveyor belt, to get your luggage. Finally get your luggage. You got to carry your luggage. All right? You got to take it through immigration. That's another long line. Got to wait for that. Then you got to go outside and get a taxi, get a car. Somebody to take you to the freaking hotel. Hoping they don't screw you over. Right? And you're packing your luggage the entire time, right? Because obviously they're not helping you. Then you get to the hotel. It's probably another line. You have to wait. Oh, no. And you're still waiting. Okay? That's the typical experience for most people vacations. Okay? Yeah, it's called carousel. Spelled the wrong word incorrectly. Make sense? Clear. No sign for Pookie and Ray Ray. So women, that's your typical vacation with a man. Am I right or wrong? Be honest. Don't even lie to me. There's no sign waiting for you when you get off that. You know what I do? I may do Miss and Mrs. Virgin. Or I may have my name and her name on the sign. Just to be romantic. Depending on how I feel. Okay? And then I check into a 5-star hotel. How about you? Think about the last time a man took you anywhere. Most of your men never took you on a vacation at all. Where did you go? Where did you go? 1-star hotel, 2-star. You got that little basic ass room as well. right? You know what he told you? Don't worry, babe. We're not going to be in the room anyway. Who cares? Right? Just justify why you should be poor and average and regular. So I just gave you an example. I just gave you the dichotomy between an experience with me and the regular experience with Pookie and Ray Ray and every other man on the planet. So listen, if I was a woman, and if I'm dealing with a man like me, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I would do. I mean, when that man come in the door, the food is already ready for him. The food is smelling good. Okay? This is only if I was a woman, okay? I'm gonna wear something sexy, you know. It could be his t-shirt and no panties. Or maybe panties and a t-shirt. And she needs to be looking good, smelling good, oiled up. I mean, the skin looking good, smelling delicious. She runs up to me, gives me a nice hug. I grab those cheeks. and she serves me my food, you know? She said, Daddy, your food is ready for you. I'm like, oh my God, I'm excited, right? I'm excited. I'm eating this delicious food here, okay? And I'm like, oh God, I love this woman. When I'm done eating, she takes my plate, she washes it. She just don't leave it in the dishwasher, you know, for roaches. She washes it. Even though we have a maid, we have a chef as well, but she washes it to make sure it's clean. Okay? She turns on my shower. She put it on the level that I want it to be on. She knows exactly how I like it. Make sure I have the proper soap and the proper whatever I do. You know, my little face routine, whatever my routine is. She has it ready for me. Okay? She puts my towel on the door for me. Ooh! So when I leave the shower, I don't have to be freezing cold. Are you with me here? Then she puts on a movie, okay? Watch a little movie, you know. We get all snuggled up together. She gets behind me. She decides to be the big spoon. She massages my back a little bit around my shoulder area because that's where, you know, all the tension is in my body, my shoulder and my neck and my back. So she rubs me. She just massages me and, you know, talks softly in my ear. Turns me on, and of course, I'm ready to rock and roll. After 45 minutes, an hour passed by. Does that make sense? Someone said that lady's in heaven. Let me tell you something. Listen, there are women that exist that are just like this, okay? And no, this woman is not hard to find, man. Any man that believes that type of woman is hard to find is because you're not a capable man yet. You're not rich, probably, right? You don't take care of yourself properly. You can't communicate properly. You're not decisive. There's so many areas in life that you need to perfect, man. Because women like that, man, I'm going to tell you, they come right to you. I've had women like this, okay? I'm telling you, I've had women that was just... And you might say, well, why you're not with him now? Who said I'm not with him? I'm just kidding. Look, I'm not necessarily looking for a relationship right now, okay? But does it make sense? What I'm saying is you have to learn to go over and beyond when you have a capable man. You got to go over and beyond. You can't be regular, woman. You can't be a normal, average girl. Your good looks is not enough. It's not. It's cool, but it's not enough. It's not enough. If you're a man at 3 o'clock in the morning, I had a girl, and if I was hungry at 2 o'clock in the morning, she would make me food, and I like breakfast, and she would make it exactly how I like it, and she would serve me in the bed. Oh my God. You know how much of a turn on it was? Even though she was sleepy, she would get up 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning, because obviously, you know, after sex, I need to eat, you know, because it can get very intense sometimes. So I need to eat. I need to replenish this body. And she get in there, make my eggs, make my raisin toast, give me some sausage and some grits, some oatmeal too, instant oatmeal. Does that make sense? And she will just put that plate on my lap while I'm in the bed. I just sit up, I eat it. When I'm done, she takes it back to the kitchen. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Not a woman like, oh, I'm tired. I'm not cooking nothing. Oh, I had women like that before, and I showed them the door. I said, nah, you got to go. Nah, that's not going to work for me. Okay? Nah, not going to work. Any questions for me, folks? I know we always tend to get off topic because, ladies, I know you wanted to hear this, so I wanted to bless you tonight with that based off the questions you asked me since I had a men's session last night here. Okay? What's next here, folks? Questions here. Hold on, folks. Okay, I'm good. All right, questions for me here. What's the best thing you've ever heard from your children that you felt deeply in your heart? Yeah, well, my daughter, she did this quite recently on the refrigerator. She wrote a message. I have one of those smart refrigerators where you can just type things and put notes and connect it to Alexa and blah, blah, blah. She put on there, you're the best dad ever. I was like, wow. Teardrop. She said, I'm the best dad on the planet. I was like, oh my God, I love her. So yeah. How to deal with your man if he is super sensitive when you talk to him? Well, you got to ask yourself a question. I don't know. Do you want to be with a super sensitive man? You women got to make a decision. Many of you men, I want to be with a real man, a dominant man, but he can't control me. I'm like, you need to make up your mind, women. Do you want a sensitive man or do you want a man that's dominant? Well, I want a man that's right in the middle. Like, what's right in the middle? How do you even measure that? Women just don't know what they want, and that's okay. We already know that. Like women, we know you don't really know what you want, right? But it's okay. That's where you have men like me. I'm gonna tell you what you want, but I know how to tell you, right? It's not in a authoritative way, but I'm gonna tell you what you want because you just don't know. Most of you just don't know what you want. Okay. What's next here? Hey, Wes, how can I get yesterday's live session? Yeah, it's available. It's up there. Any more? Hey, listen, did you get value here tonight? I know we talked more about relationships than anything else because of women. You asked the question, so I had to answer. But did you get value? Come with the word value below. I'm always open to talk about a variety of topics. I understand it's not always just about making money. It's about being in great committed relationships, loving relationships, and it's something that women desire the most, right? So I don't mind talking about all those different topics here to help you be able to live the quality of life that you want to live, okay? Hope you women took some notes as well. Wes, at what age did you learn Stoicism? In my 30s. What's next here? How to deal with a sensitive man that's get easily offended? Just leave him. What do you mean? If he's easily offended, but you got to give me more information as well. You just can't tell me that you just getting offended. What's the valley? But honestly, I do enjoy talking about, I enjoy having these conversations about women and men and the dichotomy between them, the differences and how they are able to coalesce and how we can be together and make things work. Because I know that's what women really want. I know women think they want a ton of money, but I think women want love more than anything. And the women that think they don't want love is because they think love doesn't exist anymore. They either think men are too weak or men are too strong. Men are womanizers, or men are just not ambitious. I get it, I know it's tough. I get it. And I know in women's mind, I just wish there was just the perfect man. The perfect man. Perfect man that was just loyal to me. Well, let me tell you something, women. Before you ask that question, before you want a man that's loyal, and even though it's in our nature just to have different women, just like in our nature, to be honest with you, it's going against our nature when we choose to resist other women. And you have to think about it for a second. What type of woman do you need to be for a man to go against his nature? Women, they're just not men, so they don't understand the urge and the desire to be with other women, because women get what they want very easily. It's easy for women to be with men, right? It's just very simple. It's not difficult. She doesn't have to make money. She don't have to be that pretty, honestly. You can have an average looking woman, go to a club, go to the bar, approach a man and say, you know what? I know this is probably out of the ordinary, but I just want to sleep with you tonight. I want you to have some drinks, but tonight I want you to go home with me. And I'm going to do things to you that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. And that man, he will live with that woman. Most of them just will. But if you turn that around, it's not likely. It's not likely that woman's going to leave with that man. And women just don't understand that, women are just not accessible like it is from, men are very accessible to women. Women can have whatever they want. It's just our nature to be with women. We're very sexual people. Like we want it all the time. And I'm not saying all the time, but it is what it is, man. It's just not accessible, like it is for women. So, but women, what I would tell you is, think for a second. If you want a loyal man, just think about what type of woman do you need to be able to capture this man's attention and for him to go against his nature. Think about it for a second. Think. Got to think. What causes a man to go against his nature? What causes a man that's financially independent? You're not broke. You can take care of you properly, take care of you and the kids, right? But he's not loyal. He wants other women at times. Do you think fighting with him about him with other women is going to allow that woman or that man to be closer to you? Think about it for a second. Do you think I'm like, okay, yeah, since you were bitching at me, I guess I'm going to be closer to you and I'm going to stop cheating? I told a young lady like this before, that I was dealing with. Like, I can love you, honestly. I can love you deeply. But I'm just not your average man. I'm just not, and you can't treat me that way. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Like I tell a woman, I do want variety. I want other women at times. I do. And to me, you should be very grateful that I would actually tell you that. Because the majority of men, even high value men, they're not going to tell you they're with other women. They're not going to tell you that they want to explore the options sometime. They're never going to tell you. You're going to catch them. And then you're going to bitch at them and cry and get pissed off. And you got to think for a second. Is that going to allow that man to gravitate towards you? Or do you say, you know what, baby? I love you so much. Now, listen, this is not for every man. Because women, when you pause on being overly emotional about the situation, you have to be objective and think logically. And you have to weigh the advantages and the disadvantages. And when you find that man that you're willing to go down that journey with, what you say is this: you know what? I love you. And if you want some woman some of the time, it's okay. Because I love you. Because I understand it's in your nature to want to be with other women. And I know you love me. Because you take care of me. You know, you wouldn't be here if you didn't. So, do what you got to do. Be safe. But do what you got to do. And I'm always going to support you. Now listen, stop for a second. How many women do you think would say that to a man? Okay? Just think about it. How many women on the planet that would give a man permission to let him have his fun? Even though you're number one, he loves you and cares about you. He'll do anything for you. But, you know, he want to have a little fun. Like, he didn't get rich and financially great and going to the gym just for nothing. He's doing it because he wants to explore different types of women. It is what it is, right? This is how men think. How many women you think will say that? Not many. But see, that's what sets her apart. And by telling a man that, it makes him think. You're like, damn, that woman is actually giving me permission to do exactly what I want to do. Damn, she different. Now, I'm not saying that he's just not going to do it anymore, but he's going to think about it. Make sense? And he's more likely to be more committed to you than ever because you're different from all the other women. All the other women like, you better be loyal. You better do this. I caught this. What is this in your house? What is this piece of hair? Whose stuff is this? Who glasses? Who toothbrush? Blah, 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 blah. You know, who wants to deal with that shit? Right? Sigma men, high value men, they want women that are emotionally intelligent. They know what they're dealing with. That's like a woman that deals with a basketball player and thinking the basketball player is going to be loyal to her. Come on. Are you crazy? He's a basketball player, football player, rapper. Come on. Don't be silly. Right? You got to be smarter than that. And women are. But they act like they're not. All right, any questions for me before I let you go? Okay, women, I hope you got some value here. So because he's a 7-figure man, we need to just accept that. Listen, I'm not saying you need to accept that. I say you should consider. You got to consider. That's called seeing the world as it is. See, women want to see a man that's very wealthy and that he just shouldn't do anything. But what women don't understand, this man has so many options. You know, I wish women can just live in a man's shoes just for a little while. And it's a lot of options. See, women, you already have options. You just have to be women, have boobs and a butt. And your options are there. I mean, you know, I get it. Some women just maybe don't get hit on because they're just very timid, shy people. But women, if you just fix yourself up a little bit, I mean, it's just men are going to be attracted to you. It's automatic for you. But men, we have to make money. We have to be capable. We got to be responsible. We got to make money. We got to look good. We have to work. I mean, it's a lot of things that men needs to do, especially make money, which is very difficult. It's not like it's easy to make money if you've never made money before, right? And we have to do this just to have access to women, okay? Unless you just are extremely, extremely good-looking man, unless you just know how to use your words properly. Usually you got to be successful because that's what women want. And that's what women should want. You should want to have a provider. So I'm not saying you have to accept it. You should consider it. Hear it out. Before you act like every other woman, because you're like every other woman. Every other woman. You know what they say? Oh, no, you need to be loyal. Oh, you're cheating on me. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing this. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, what man wants to hear that every day of his life? That maybe he's cheating on you. Maybe you're doing this. Maybe you're doing this. Well, why did you do this? Why did you follow her on Instagram? I mean, what? It's childish. Okay. Does that make sense? I remember talking to this one young lady, and I told her the truth. I gotta tell everybody the truth, honestly, but I told her. She was a young woman, beautiful. She was a waitress, right? gorgeous girl. And I remember on the plane, I think we were going to Hawaii. And I told her, I said, I like you. I enjoy my time with you, but at times I do want options, I want to have the opportunity to be with other women at times. And she has the opportunity to make the decision if she wants to deal with it or not. Okay? And let me tell you something, man. Some of you men might say, oh, no, I can't tell the woman this because she's going to leave me. No. I'm telling you, when you tell women things that most men would never, ever say, man, women get so close to you. I'll tell you another story. I'm going to tell you the story. I was in bed with this woman one day, right? It's another woman. And this is a long time ago, folks. This is long time ago. And we're laying in bed. And we haven't even had sex yet. We haven't had sex. And she asked me, hey, have you ever slept with a prostitute? I said, yeah. Or you ever paid for sex? I said, yeah, I have. Really? She said, absolutely. Yeah. One time I went here, blah, 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 blah. She said, wow, you just told me that? I said, yeah, I did. And you know what this woman told me? I swear to God. She said, I am more attracted to you now just because you told me that. Because how many men going to admit to that? I mean, not many. Because they're like, oh, you think we're prostitutes? What? Oh, my God, you paying for... Because, people are very afraid of other people, what they're going to say and how they're going to criticize them. But me, I don't know. It's just not a big deal for me. It's just normal. I'm not saying it's normal to pay for sex and pay for prostitutes or whatever, but at that time, I did. And she said, I'm more attracted to you because you told me that. And, of course, we made love. Yeah. So, to my men, don't be afraid to be honest with women. And listen, let me tell you something. Every woman is not going to accept everything that you say. Listen, some women are not going to like it. Oh, no, I can't deal with a man like that. And she's going to leave. And it's okay. But there's plenty of women out there. It's just so many. I mean, that's why I tell men, work on being a capable man. Like, work on being financially rich. Work on your emotional intelligence. Work on your communication skills. Okay? Be an expert in those fields. Work on your body, on your personal appearance, right? How you look, how you smell. Like, master those things. Don't chase women. Don't even chase excellence. Because women love a man who exudes excellence. It doesn't matter what he is. He can be a womanizer. He can like a lot of women. So what? I mean, I can't talk too much, but listen. Women are not stupid. They know certain men, just by speaking with them or being in their presence, know if this is the type of man they can get what he wants from women. And she might say, oh, he's a womanizer, he's that, he's bad news. But she'll still deal with him because she wants it. Because that's what she wants. That's what every woman wants. Does that make sense, man? You got to understand that. Even when women try to talk about me and say, oh, he's a womanizer, he likes all these women, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you do too. You like me too. You experience me too. I know you do. Right? But a woman try to convince herself that, no, I never deal with this. I know. But if a man know what he's doing, he can have her as well. Of course, every woman wants that type of man. That's why they call him a womanizer, because women like this man. It's the things that he does, what he says, how he speaks, how he presents himself. That's why women like him. Right? Make sense? You learned a lot tonight, aren't you, folks? What if you find that perfect girl and she's not with you for comfort? She has her own stressless rich, feminine, perfect connection. Can she have options? Can she have options? What do you mean? With other men? No, absolutely not. I don't know if that's the question that you're asking me, but no. Women can't have options. Hell no. That's another thing. Because some women say, well, can I have options too? And it's like, women, you want to be a whore? Like, you want to whore yourself out? Like, you want other penises inside of your vagina? I mean, are you just, you asking for permission to be this way? Right? That's insane. Now, I'm not sure that's what you was asking me, but the perfect girl, I mean, she has her own. And I don't mind women have their own, but, a man want to feel needed in a woman's life. So a man that's talking, I'm going to tell you, I stray away from women that's like, oh, I'm independent. I can do anything. I can change my own tires. I can change my own oil. I can change my windows. I can change my driveway. I don't need a man for nothing. Those type of women, I don't want to be with them at all. I just do not. I don't gravitate to those type of women at all, period. Those overly independent ones, I just don't want it. It's too masculine for me. I like a woman to say, you know what? I want you in my life. I need you in my life, You make my life better, Wes. I don't want to make all these decisions. I want somebody to do it for me. I love a woman like that. I just love a woman that's feminine. Someone like that female energy. Jesus Christ. Because so many women, they're turning very masculine, man. Just the truth here. Options don't mean always bad, make friends, stuff like that. I mean, if you effort good, she won't go anywhere else to make friends. No. So, my woman, if she's my woman, she don't need to have male friends for what? Why you need to have male friends? Like, I'm not even going to have female friends, you know what I mean? So what's the point of having a male friend for what? So to answer your question, no, man. Listen, if you're in a relationship with a woman, if you're in a relationship with each other, I mean, you shouldn't have female and male friends. And I don't care what anybody says. I know, like, oh, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with having, let me tell you something about the female friends and the male friends. First of all, there's no such thing as a male friend as it relates to a woman. In a woman's eyes, maybe that's your friend. But in that man's eyes, it's an opportunity. Right? Just an opportunity. He's waiting. If you if you text your male friend right now and you say that you horny and you wet and you're so juicy between your legs, you text him because John acting up. Come over here. He en route. Your friend. Your buddy. Right? He's coming to your house. So, women with all these male friends, like I'm never willing to date a woman that wants to hang around her male friends. No, I'm not at all. I'm saying, you know what? Well, you just be around them, but I'm not going to be with you. It has nothing to do with insecurities. Nothing like that. It's just understanding the dynamics of human beings. Just like me, I'm not going to have all these female friends. Even if I have sex with another woman, I'm not going to be a friend. We're not going to be just hanging out and talking on the phone. Now if I'm in a relationship, does that make sense? So, no friends. Yeah, you need to cut them all off, Lena. Of course. And let me share something with you. Women that want to have male friends while you're in a relationship. You got to make a decision. Do you want to be in a relationship or do you want to have male friends? And I get it. You say, I want to have both. You can't have both. Okay? Cannot. You got to pick one. What's more important to you? Your man or your male friends? And if you keep saying both, well, get with a man that accepts both, but I'm not. Okay? Period. I'm just not. You're not going to be going out on the weekend. Oh, All right, baby, I'm going out with my friends this weekend. My male friends, we're going to the bar together. Ha, ha, ha. Absolutely not. I'm like, stay there because the door is going to be locked. You might as well go back to your house. Okay? What's next here? Thank you, Smart Vincent. How are you? Any questions for me, folks? Did you get value here tonight? I know the ladies got value here. Listen, ladies, I want you to really think about what I spoke about here tonight. And play it again. I know you don't agree with everything. I know. It's okay that you don't agree with everything. But I want you to consider what I said. Because it's coming from the lion's mouth. It's coming from a man. Many men are not going to share things with you like I share with you tonight. Like, I'm not attached to you, so I can just tell you what it is. All right? But a lot of men, men are just not going to tell you what's happening in their inner thoughts. But I'm telling you what it is. So it's not about you being disagreeable. It's about you just considering, understanding what men think about and how they process information. And you make a decision if you want to deal with it or not. Okay? But it's only to help you to be successful in whatever relationship that you choose to have. You got to see the world as it is, man. It's just like if a man is in a Honda Accord or if he's in a Lamborghini, the woman's always going to look at the man in the Lamborghini. Even if the man in the Honda Accord is cute, but still that Lamborghini, man, she's like, damn, but that's a Lambo. He probably got money. He's a provider. That's just what women think about. It is what it is. You may say, well, that's not fair, but I'm a good man. I'm better than that man. I'm good. I'm loyal. The guy that drives the Honda Accord, he's loyal. He's a good guy. The man that has a Lamborghini, womanizer. The woman's going to go to the womanizer 90% of the time, man. Let me tell you something about women as well, man. You should already know this. Women like danger. They like spontaneous shit. They do. Like, you ever seen the movie, the Christian Grey movie? What's the name of that movie, guys? 50 Shades of Grey? Oh, women like that. And they want to experience that in the real world. Absolutely. And guess what? I'm the type of man that give women that experience. It's just the truth. Any woman have ever been with me know what I'm talking about. But I give her that type of experience, right? It's an emotional roller coaster, but it's worth it. Okay? But women like that. They like that dangerous shit. They like that crazy, dark stuff. She does. She loves it. Yeah, just like what was happening in that movie, 50 Shades of Grey. Women want to make love like that. They want to be pressed against windows, their hair pulled, choked, slapped. It can be intense. Told what to do, gag, a lot of stuff. Women, they love it. They'll never tell you, though. You got to bring it out of them. Let me see. What's next? Questions for me here. You see what women, look at the comments below, man. All women want that. All women, they want it. They do. They just don't tell you. Many men are not comfortable with their sexuality as well. Like, many men can't tell a woman, like right now it's 1:46. They won't text a woman, bring your little sexy ass over here right now. I'm going to press you against the windows and I'm about to just, they just won't do that, right? They won't do it to a woman that's probably in a relationship. Guess who will? I will, if I want it. All right? Because it's just the adventure of it, right? That's why it's hard for me to be with women, like, just in the... Women try to tie me down, but, I'm not the tie down type, It's not impossible. I give women opportunities, but they usually fail for a variety of reasons. But I'll tell you this, one thing about me, or being like me, don't have a lot of us. Let me tell you something. Trust. to a high value man is probably his most important value. Let me tell you why that's so important to him. Because everybody around him lies. Because he's rich, he's wealthy, he's significant. He's receiving all type of adulation from people like all the time, right? So he never knows what's real and what's not real. So when he allows a woman to get close to him, when you fucking lie to him, it's just like it's done. Like he'll never, it's almost impossible for that man to ever put you back where you used to be. When you lie to a man like that, it's almost just over. I'm going to be honest with you. Because we don't tolerate it. Like beta men, weaker men, they tolerate anything, right? You can cheat on these motherfuckers, and it don't matter. You do everything to them. But high value, man, we're not going to tolerate that. Period. Not trust. So, women, tell the truth. If you get a high value man, a man that's very capable, do not lie to this man. Don't play. Because you may never recover, ever. You have to go find you another one. What's next? Any more questions for me, folks? Women, did you enjoy the rant here tonight? I guess this rant was for women and women only, because we had a nice, hot, steamy conversation about the dynamics of women and men. And I hope you learned something here. Comment the word value if you got value here tonight. Hit the share button. Like it out as well. It's going to be on the podcast, I promise you. I'm going to upload it just for women. Maybe I'll put females only on this one so females can listen to it. And listen to it again. And listen to it multiple times until you get it. All I ask you women to do this, especially as it relates to men and understanding men, have an open mind. Be very slow to react depending on the type of man that you're dealing with. And listen, if you're dealing with a piece of shit man, then that's your fault. But you can't call a man a piece of shit just because he's cheating on you. Okay, that doesn't make a man a piece of shit. If that's a man's a piece of shit, I mean, every man, it's a lot of men that's a piece of shit, I guess. But you got to remember something about a man. I mean, he's a provider. Is he taking care of you? I mean, are you sleeping on the air mattress? Are you begging for food? Is he taking care of the bills properly? You got to really think about all these things when you're dealing with men. You know, you just can't think about and just say, well, he's a piece of shit because he cheats. Come on. So that means Bill Clinton was like that too. He's a piece of shit. He ran the country. Hello. Right? You just can't judge a man just because he is sleeping with other women. You have to take other factors and other things. You got to just think about it. You know, I'm not saying you have to deal with it, but you got to think about it. Because you might find yourself going from man to 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 man and never finding exactly what you want because it doesn't exist. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but you might find yourself, the thing is you have to really evaluate. When you get a man that's 95% of everything that you want, and maybe just this 5% is off, let me tell you something, you better keep that man. Because there's a lot of men that are rich and they're assholes. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. They're true, a lot of them, okay? Some men that are rich and they're fat. They're overweight. They're not attractive. They stink. Some of them, not all, right? So you have to really think about it. Some men are rich and they don't give you the best sex that you want, right? So, you know, you just got to evaluate, man. You got to get a chart. Advantages and disadvantages of this man. You know? Make sense? What's next? Questions? Okay, so I guess I'm going to let you go. All right, Saranara. I'll talk to you soon. I expect that you enjoyed the rant. Listen to it again, by the way. Okay? Especially women. And, you know, this time when you listen to it one more time, I want you to listen to it with an open mind. And I want you to suspend your beliefs and just really listen. Because I'm talking from the top of my, I'm just giving you the real of the real. You know, I'm giving you the real deal here. Got to think, you know, before you respond. So much love. I love you. Great night. And let's go.